Good morning, everybody. This is Real Talk from the Heart. This is Miss Tizzle, aka Shantae, aka Miss Tizzle. I made a video earlier and I didn't post it because it was like really emotional for me. I woke up this morning and I just felt like my heart just felt like, I don't know, it was something in my heart that I was like, I don't even want to fast today. But I end up fasting because I know that's my flesh. Because God is really purging my heart. So I thought about some of the situations, like what I was talking about. It's very emotional and sentimental to me. And at first I couldn't even express how I felt at one time, and I really haven't put words to how I really feel, because I just don't know. It's a feeling that it's an unknown feeling, but you physically feel the pain and you feel the hurt, but you don't know how to describe it because we never put words to the thing that really hurts us. So I'm learning to put the words to how I feel, because I would just sweep it under the rug, or it's okay, God got me. But now I'm at this point in life where, as though I know God has me, but I need it to never come back again. I don't want how I feel to damage me again, make me feel like I'm less than, or I'm not worthy of God, or not worthy of his blessings. You know what I mean? It's like self-hurt is the worst, because we sit up here and we hurt ourselves and sabotage certain things in our life. Like, God can bring a blessing, but because it's not the way you think it should come, you don't accept it. You know what I mean? Or there could be somebody who is speaking to you the truth, but because we're not ready to hear the truth yet, and I was that person, you blow up or you walk away. And I'm like, at this point in my life, because I'm getting older, I'm not getting older. I'm getting older. I'm not getting no younger. I want to be mature in the spirit, and I want to be mature in my body. I've always been a mature child, because people just wanted to talk to me, and I'm just like, why are this person talking to me about this? I don't know what's going on, but I had to figure it out. Well, I ain't had to figure it out, but I figured it out. You know what I mean? I used to be like, God, why are they just telling me stuff? Why are they telling me their life story right now, and I'm just trying to sell them a phone? Or why am I in the supermarket trying to get my groceries so I can go home, and they want to stop me and talk to me and tell me every little thing? Or it just starts out, hi, how are you today? Good, I'm good today. So I'm just trying to go on my way. Oh, did you see XYZ? And it's like, I'm just trying to get my stuff, and I'm trying to go. I'm just trying to leave out the store so I can pay for my stuff and go continue what I got to do. And that was my mindset. But now I'm I'm trying to mature. So everything is I'm trying to get to the point where, as though I am mature. I am trying to get to the point where, as though, because we say we healed and we're delivered and stuff, but we don't walk like we are. We don't testify like we are. You know what I mean? It's like we cover up stuff, and I don't want to cover it up. I don't want to cover it up anymore. I want to expose the enemy so he could stop using that one thing to get me bound and depressed, and had me not wanting to speak to people, and all that type of stuff. So I'm trying to confront my enemy, because if I could confront him and confess what is going on in my life, then God can start working in those areas that I need help in. Instead of me saying God got me, yes, he got me, but I have to know where he got me at. You know what I mean? I have to confront it. I have to confess it out of my mouth, so I can move on to what he has for me. That's what I believe. The more you confess it, or the more you talk about it, you become more, I think you become healed, because when you could talk about a thing and don't care about what people think or what they say about you or whatever, when you be delivered from the opinions of people, it's more important than anything, because there's more people in this world, and everybody got their own opinion of how you should be or how you should have handled something, or how, you know what I mean? And then it's like the people that's close to you, you hold them to a higher standard, whereas though they only see you as Little Tay or Dada. That was my name. Dada, or, Poosums or Baby Alive. They don't see you as the person that you're trying to become, because God has put something in your life that you're trying to do better. They only see you where you were sometimes at your bottom. And it's like, it surprises me when you are around people and they only see you for where you was and not where you trying to go or where you at. And it's crazy, because it blows my mind, because how can you be around somebody and they don't know you? And that's the thing. We get hooked on like people doing for us, and people, supplying our need, not God supplying our need, but people that we don't even realize that this person is growing. Oh, this person might be changing. Oh, this person might be doing X, Y, Z. And I don't notice that because I'm still stuck in my own stuff. You know what I mean? And this is real talk, like from my heart. Like, I've seen so many things, and it's like, I would be like, God, like, why is you letting that person get away with that? But I bet you if I did it, you will expose me, or something that happened or something. Not even like exposing that I may have something going on here, but because I can't see what's going on in my own life or my own situation, that I'm so focused on this person and what they did, because I can point it out on somebody else, but I couldn't, I can't point it out on myself. No, I'm serious. Like, it bothered me. So every little thing, it would be like I'm telling, because I would go to God like, God, you just gonna let them do that? Like, how you gonna let them do that? Like, seriously, you need to deal with them. Like, seriously, you need to deal with them, God. Like, how they keep getting away with that. And because it pertained me, I was like, that's not fair. Like, why? I'm a good person. That's what I would say. I'm a good person. Like, why is they doing this? Like, I've been through so much. Like, I was confessing the stuff that I've been through and what I thought I should expect. But still, my aim was only low. It never was high, because I couldn't see past my situation as a child. So the things that people were bringing up to me, they were bringing up this stuff because I couldn't remove it out of my own self. Like, it was still bonding me up and hindering me from certain things that I was trying to do, because I could never see myself in the positions, or I could never see myself taking a step forward, because I was scared of success. I was scared of making it and then not having my family or my friends around, even though I only had one best friend and not really many friends, but I could talk to anybody. And it was just the fact of like, God, what if you take me up here and then I don't have anybody to talk to? Because when you get so high in certain things, people, this stuff really happened to me when I started working for my Verizon. And to me, it wasn't nothing, because I was still struggling. I was like, I'm struggling to make ends meet, because I had to learn how to manage my money, because I didn't have when I was a kid, or I lacked some things. I thought that was the way. Like, I would just go ahead and buy it. Oh, I don't have this, I'm gonna just go ahead and buy it. And then I got to a point where, as though the people that was around me, I was buying their friendship, because I wanted to do something, and it felt good to be around people and, act a fool pretty much, because I had to always hold it together. So I had to come to a realization that wasn't what I needed. is what I wanted because I thought it looked good when I was seeing people do it. But when it was actually me doing it, it wasn't feeling good internally. Like, I didn't feel good doing the stuff that I did. And then when I looked back at what I was doing, it was like, yo, that ain't you. Like, what are you doing? You know? And then I was hurting because I just started my job. I just had a baby. You know what I mean? Another baby, my daughter. And then I broke up in a relationship. I was hurting. As today, I am hurting. I learned how to suppress my hurt and not show people that I was hurting, because if I showed them how much I was hurting, then they would take the little knife and like try to, you know how you just take the knife and you just like, oh, I got her. So people, when they hurt me, they didn't know that I was hurting because I never ever said anything. I would just walk away or I would cut them off. And this is real talk because I didn't know how to handle it. Like, with me, right? I'm either going to be at 1 or I'm going to be at 100. The in between me didn't exist. It don't exist. And I've been asking God to give me that in between me, because I'm either very, very calm or I'm at 100. It depends on what it is. You know what I mean? Like, in my mind, I just feel so heated. You know what I mean? But again, I don't have to be hype. You don't have to see me, oh, I'm going to beat this. I'm going to do that. I'm not that person. Internally, I'm going to be either calm or I'm going to be boiling inside. And I don't say nothing. So it's like, I'm like, oh, I can't believe, like, internally, this is what I'm saying. I can't believe that they did this. Like, after I've been there for them, you know what I mean? And I've done this for them, like trying to help them. And inside my head, like, I'm like, God, what am I missing? But the whole time is I would bring people around me that I knew that was going to hurt me because I was used to the pain. I was used to the rejection. I was used to, them telling me or doing certain things to me that I expected them to do it. And then when they did it, I would act like I'm surprised. Like, I can't believe they did this. Blows my mind because I'm like, I can't believe they did this. They did it again. And I'm in my feelings. Now I'm emotional. Now I'm like, I'm mad. Inside, I'm mad. Like, I won't talk to you. I cut you off. Oh, Shantae, what's wrong? Nothing. Just leave me alone. Like, I wouldn't even say leave me alone. I would be like, nothing. Listen to you. Because I'm the type of person, I'm like, I'll listen to you, see what you guys say, and then still be like, I'm done. In my head, I already made up my plan that I'm done. I'm not going to let you do this. But then I get into the next situation. It could be friends or, relationship. And it's the same thing. So this year, as I started going through stuff, I'm asking God, like, okay, now I'm trying to peel the onion back on my own life. Because I'm like, all right, I done lost my mother. My kids are getting older because I had them when I was younger. I'm in a relationship, but it's not going the way that I want it to go. But I'm trying to, help, try to help me to understand, like, is it me? You know what I mean? Because I know how I am. So I'm like, God, I done did everything that I needed to do to be like, no, it's not me. Oh, your attitude. Nope. I changed because I don't say everything. You drink. I stopped drinking. Okay. This or that. So the enemy just kept pointing out things to me. I said it was the enemy, but it could be God. But I said it was the enemy because the way it was, to me. But then when I would pray and ask God, it was something that I was deep down inside my heart that I knew, like, this isn't me. Like, I can have fun without drinking. I'm a person who like to take care of my business. You know what I mean? I've learned, I didn't come this far for me to be left in the wind. Like, I didn't come this far to experience life and to not do nothing with it. You understand me? But because I was so down and deep down, and I'm coming out of it now. I was talking to my sister yesterday. We was going to go look at a car for my daughter. It's her first car. And I'm telling my sister, I'm like, you're depressed. And she like, I know. And she put her thumb in her mouth. Like, I see this side of her, like the mommy side. And I'm like, you gotta like really, really, really snap out of it. And I know it's easier said than done, but see, I was like, you have to push yourself to do it. Because I remember months back, and it was before, because I own, like, I had my own business, and I started selling paparazzi jewelry. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna sell this jewelry. And this was in March of this year. I started selling paparazzi jewelry. And I'm like, oh my God, like, this is so exciting to me. So I get the jewelry, and I'm like, I don't want to do this like that. I was like, God, I started getting this jewelry, and I done spent the money for it and everything. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. But I was trying to push myself to do something. But in reality, I was depressed. But I didn't want to claim that I was depressed, because if I claimed it, then I would be like, I'm not doing anything. Because there was moments where I didn't want to do my hair. I didn't even want to get dressed. Like, I didn't want to do anything. I went to Vegas this year, and when I went to Vegas, I wanted to go, and then I didn't. I didn't even want to do nothing in Vegas. I was like, I'm doing this stuff. Like, physically, my body is here, but mentally, I just wanted to crawl up and just like, I just wanted to not do nothing. Like, I was just like, God, what is wrong with me? Like, something is wrong with me, and I'm pushing myself, and I'm here. I'm coherent, but I really just don't want to do nothing. Like, I'm on the plane. I'm going to Vegas. I'm a drinker. I was like, but I really don't want to be here. I couldn't embrace it. Like, I couldn't embrace the fact that I was in Vegas in Sin City, and I had unlimited, I could do anything that I wanted to do. And all I wanted to do was stay back in a hotel. And I just wanted to not do nothing. Like, and it's crazy because it's like I finally get to do stuff that I dreamed to want to do. I didn't even know how to do these things, but then all of a sudden I was able to do it, but I didn't want to. I physically did it because I paid for it, but when I got there, it's like I really didn't want to do nothing. And I was like, God, what is wrong with me? So it started back when I got jewelry. I didn't want to do it. I was depressed. And I kept asking God, I'm like, God, what is wrong with me? Like, why do I feel this way? It was days like I just was like, all I want is a bottle of Tito's, and I will lay in the bed all day and not even want to. I didn't even want to cook. I didn't even want to clean, but I made myself do it because I know if I didn't, that it would just all pile up on me. So I was like, oh my God, like something is wrong with me. I knew something was wrong with me because I was like, I don't want to do anything. So I started like everything that I did, I started, and I didn't want to do it no more because I just felt like, oh my God, this is too much for me. Mind you, coming from a person who worked a job for 15 years and working and picking up extra hours, balancing everything. And I just got to a point internally that I just didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to get my hair done. I didn't want to do nothing. So I would get styles that I could just get up and like braids and stuff. So I got into the braid thing because I'm like, if my braids are not messed up, I could just get up and go. And I would look at myself in the mirror and I would be like, Shantae, what are you doing? Snap out of it. Snap out of it, Tay. I would say, snap out of it, Tay, as I'm taking a drink in the morning. look in the mirror, like, snap out of it, Tay, snap out of it. You gotta snap out of it. So then when I would be around my kids, I would just, it was like a switch. Because I didn't want them to know it was something wrong with me. Because if it's something wrong with me, then they would be worried. Or if my dad knew something was wrong with me, and he told me, eventually he was like, I knew it was something wrong with you, but all I could do is just pray. And I really didn't want to be around anybody. I was just like, God, please. Like, I shut everybody out my life because I just didn't want to be around anybody. I didn't want to hear what people had to say anymore. Like, I got tired of hearing what people were saying because the people that I thought was for me wasn't for me. You know what I mean? Like, every time somebody said that they wanted to help me, it was always they wanted to help me because of they wanted to say they helped me, or I would thought it would be a blessing, and it was actually something that they were holding over my head that I would find out. You know what I mean? So I was like, God, when I come out of this, I kept saying, I was like, when I come out of this, and it reminded me of the words that my mom said. And then I start thinking, like, dag, am I dying? Because I'm at my lowest point right now. And I was like, I know it looked like I'm okay, but I'm really not okay. I'm just letting stuff go on. The life is my grandkids. I'm like, my grandkids, they need me. My kids are grown. They're doing what they're doing. Like, they're not grown, but they're acting grown. Everything is it's chaotic to me. And I'm like, how did it get like this, God? Like, I'm asking questions and I'm still drinking vodka. I'm still, by myself, because at this point, I don't really want to be around nobody. And then when I do invite people, and I'm like, and it's mainly family, I'm like, they just want to come and like drink my stuff, and I'm buying them just to be around me. So I was like, eventually I stopped doing that as well. I just didn't want to be around anybody. I didn't want to hear what nobody had to say. Every time someone came to me, it's about a problem, or Shantae, you should do this. And I'm like, I am trying to get myself together. So how can I get you together if I don't have it together? I'm trying. Like, what more do y'all want from me? And then I was like, God, they just want my blood. Like, what else? Do you see me struggling? Like, what do I, like, I don't even want to get out the bed, and you up here telling me that I need to do this, and then if I don't do it, then you making I'm the issue because I don't want to do it, or I don't, like, I was just like, God, like, I was like a teller. Because every little thing I had to take it to God. I was like, God, they don't understand me. And if I say something, I'm the bad person. But if I just give them what they want, I'm the enabler. You know what I mean? But then when it's come time for me, who's going to be there for me but you? I said, God, come on, man. Like, do you see them doing this? But as I was telling my sister as we was driving, I'm like, you're depressed. Like, you got to make yourself do it. And I wasn't saying it like I'm judging her, but I was saying it like, push yourself through it. Like, you got to push yourself through it, because I know we just lost mommy, and my testimony, like, it's so great because it's like, I lost my mom. I lost my mom in December after Christmas. And it's crazy because on Christmas, me and my kids buy her gifts, and she loves pajamas. Like, I don't care what it is. She loves all types of pajamas. We bought her pajamas and bought her perfume or whatever. And she had no response. And I was like, I went home, like, after we left there, me and my daughter, we went home, and my daughter went in her room and I went in my room, and I just broke down. I was just like, man, my mom is going. Like, she's going. Like, I just knew from there. I was like, God, she is going. And I just cried. And then what I did was, when I got myself together, because I didn't want her to see me cry, or my stepdad, and I just was like, let me go over there after I get myself together and go spend some more time with her, because it was Christmas and I cooked her or whatever. And I think I took my stepdad some food because my mom really couldn't eat at this time. But it was like in 2019, December 28th, I lost my mom, right? And then going into like May 4th, 2020, my house caught on fire. When I tell you, I thought that I was going to lose all my kids and my grandkids, because this was the day that my daughter came from Philly to stay with us, and it was May 4th, 2020. And she was like, I'm staying over here, Mom. And she was tired. And I think what was going on was she was going through something with her boyfriend. But my house is always open for my kids or my family. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I wanted. I said if I was able to buy a house, it would be for my family. Like, it's a family house. Like, you can come, and if you need help, or not to live, but like if you need to get away or whatever, my house is the house. Like, my mom's house was always the house. And I did not go to sleep that day. And I was praying to God. I was like, God, this can't be it. Like, for me, like, it can't be it. I was like, God, I don't know what's going on with me. Again, I'm praying, like, I'm asking God to help me, because I'm still trying to, get it together. And I'm still trying to, work on me, because I'm at this point, like, I'm asking God for help. Like, I need help. Like, I can't do it myself. And after my mom died, I wasn't even able to grieve, because my youngest daughter was acting up. Like, it was just like so much stuff happening. And I'm like, God, like, my house caught on fire. And I prayed that day. I did not go to sleep. That night, I did not go to sleep. I went to go pick up my son. Me and my middle daughter, we went to go pick up my son. Then my oldest daughter came there, and my youngest daughter was already there. And 1 o'clock, and I'm still up praying. Normally, I'll be fast asleep, because when I take a drink at night, it puts me to sleep. But this particular time, my mind was just racing and like wandering, and I was thinking and I was praying, and I'm like, God, I can't do this by myself. Like, I'm trying. And mind you, in February, my fiance at the time he got locked up. So it was like my mom died, my fiance got locked up the end of February. Then in May, my house caught on fire. So May 4th, my house caught on fire. And then May 9th, my daughter got shot in her head. I was like, I couldn't even think about what just happened, because I'm like, Dad, my house caught on fire. My daughter, she got shot in her head. I'm like, are you serious? I was like, I couldn't talk. Like, I couldn't even think. Like, people were praying for me. Like, God put people in my life to just talk for me, because I couldn't even think I couldn't even think. I couldn't even I was out of it at this point. Like, I left my body. I know I did at that point when my daughter got shot. All I could think about was getting my grandkids. I'm telling you, and making them okay, because they were babies. And then I was like, oh my God, inside I was like, this is not happening. Everybody's calling me, and I'm like, because when I said it, I'm like, Kayla got shot. Like, what? My daughter? I was like, yo, this is not happening. Me and my sisters together. Thank God for her. And I told her this. I said, you stronger than me when it comes to stuff like this, because I was losing it. I was losing it. I was losing it. I was losing it. Like, when I tell you, I'm like, oh, she got shot in her head though, not her arm, not her foot, not her, her leg. She got shot in her head. Okay. All right. And we were at the laundromat, and we just like we just took a shot or something, like a shot of vodka. And then we get a call from her boyfriend, and he didn't even tell us, "Oh, you need to come to the hospital." So we drop everything and we go to my sister's house, because we don't even know what hospital to go to. We don't even, and we call my aunt. And I was like, oh my God, my daughter got shot in her head. Like a gun shot her in her head. So I was like, oh my God. So then I'm giving you a time frame of stuff. And then September of 2020, because this is September 21. So right after that, so it was, my mom died in December of 2019, December 28th. My fiance at the time, he got shot. Right? I'm sorry. He didn't get shot. He went to jail. May 4th, 2020, my house caught on fire. Right? And then May 9th, it was May 8th, the day before Mother's Day. So it was the day before Mother's Day, and my daughter got shot in her head, and she just did my hair. She just went home. It was just like, God, what is going on? Like, how did this happen? Why did this happen? Like, all these things are going through my head. Okay. And then in September of 2020, again, talking to God, I'm like, God, I don't know what's going on with my daughter. She keeps running away to Kensington. What is in Kensington to make her want to run to Kensington? And we live in Pottstown. At this time, we're in our temporary home in Royersford. And I'm like, my daughter don't even want to be here. Why is she running away? And I'm like, I really believe something happened to her. Like, she was doing all types of stuff, like my youngest daughter. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with her, because my other kids, they're okay. My son started acting out. And I'm like, all right, it gotta be because of because my mom died. And I'm like, I'm trying to hold it together. But I'm like, God, like, I need your help, because I don't know what to do. Like, I never thought this would be happening to me, where I would have to do all this. And it's like, I kept saying, I'm like, it's not even my actions. Like, I didn't do anything. I'm trying to do the right thing, and all this stuff is happening. And I'm like, God, please help me, because I really don't know what to do, but I just know that I need to be there for them and help them. So next thing you know, she comes out and she tells me, well, she didn't tell me, she texts my daughter, and she was like, I was raped by my dad. I'm like, it was a whole thing, it was a whole thing, and I was just like, oh my God, like, what? But I felt that it was something, but I never thought it would be that. So then it was to the extreme of that. But that's enough. That is my heartfelt, it's real talk from the heart. And I've been trying to figure out the topics, but my subjects are going from here to there. So I just want to say peace, love, and hair grease, and we'll continue this some other time. You have a great day. Bye.